Good evening. It's a beautiful summer's evening here down on the South Devon coast. Yes, that's right, I've left the rolling moorland of Dartmoor and come down to the southwest coast path. Well, just about on the southwest coast path anyway. And I'm photographing tonight that structure there behind me, the Daymark Tower. Okay, I'm going to try and do this piece to camera while walking backwards, so it may well end in disaster. But the reason I'm doing that is because the sun's coming this way and it's lighting up the tower nicely there, so I'll also be squinting. But never mind, the Daymark Tower, yes, located here in South Devon, just off the southwest coast path, it's just down there to the side. Now, it was built, I think, in 1864 and is approximately 25 metres tall and was originally used as a navigational aid. Now, I've been shooting Daymark Tower. I did check on my content map. I first shot it in 2017, so that makes it 8 years I've been shooting this tower. Now, but I haven't been here for a number of years, and I thought, well, it's time to come back. And it appears I've made it just in time. So what do I mean by just in time? Surely you can photograph Daymark Tower all year round, any time of day. Well, actually, you probably can, but it's at its most interesting when there's crops in the field. And for me, one of the best viewpoints is actually the path that I've just been walking up here to the tower. That gives you a nice leading line through to the tower. And while that path is there all year round, when you've got crops in the field, they border that path and they give a really nice bit of foreground interest to the composition. And I say just in time because those crops look like they could be harvested any day. We're late July now, so I'm probably about 2 or 3 weeks normally, later than I normally come here. So they've got a very golden colour. So I'm no farmer, so I'm only estimating that they're probably going to be harvested soon. So I think that's why I'm just here in time. And I can't wait to actually photograph it. It's looking like a pretty decent evening. So this is the scene I've got at the moment, and this is rather beautiful, I think. So let's break it down and have a look at what I'm going to include in my photograph. Well, actually, let's start at the top for a change. So let's look at the sky. There is nice bits of cloud about there, and if the sun behind me does what I hope it's going to do, they should maybe pink up a little bit or get a nice bit of light from the setting sun. If we move down a bit, we've obviously got the Daymark Tower. Now, this is where some of the challenges of photographing this particular tower come in. Now, most of the time you want to shoot, or I like to shoot, as you say, wide angle, so I can get this path in as a leading line. But if you start moving that tower off to the side, I mean, this is exaggerated a little bit on this DJI Osmo. You can see how it starts to bend in. Now, this will actually occur with a wide angle lens like my 14 to 30. So generally speaking, I have to position it in the middle of the frame so it's straight. Now, obviously you can do things to correct it afterwards in post-processing, but that ends up cropping the image. The next challenge is I've got the beautiful crops here. As you can actually just see, they're just catching the light from the setting sun just rather nicely. That golden color of those crops is really popping out, but you can also see that other problem, and hello, that's me there. That's my shadow, because I've got the sun right at my back and the sun's not diffused by any cloud. So I'm going to have to be clever, I think is the best way to get rid of that. So there's a couple of things I can do. I can put the camera on a timer and then I can duck down and then my shadow actually will disappear from the frame, or position myself slightly off to the left or to the right. But I've got to be careful going to the left and to the right. This is, after all, a farmer's field, and I don't want to be going raking through these crops, trampling them down. So I really kind of need to stick to the path. I can only go slightly to the left or slightly to the right. But that's some of the challenges, but the composition itself, well, that's quite interesting. So let's talk about that in a second. Okay, I've switched the camera to vertical orientation, just to give you an idea, because I probably will take this in a vertical format as well. If I stand in the middle of the path comes straight down, straight towards the tower, almost in a straight line. And that is quite an interesting composition in itself. However, if I step a little bit to the left and try and keep the tower in the center, I can have the path coming out from the corner, which is also a nice composition as well. And you kind of get that little kink, a little curve at the top there just as it reaches the tower. So it's a matter of kind of moving about and trying to find, get over my camera there, what composition is going to work best. So I'll just be taking a number of shots. I don't think it works probably quite as well this side, but it does work well probably either in the centre. I think the centre might work better for a landscape orientation shot, but for a vertical orientation shot, I think I might go off to the left here. And it also has the advantage, I might just be able to get rid of my shadow as well. I've decided to change my composition just a little bit. So you can see there, I've put on the 24 to 120 lens. I'm shooting that's about 50 something millimeters now. And what that's done in the vertical orientation is put the tower much bigger in the frame. And I've actually put the crops ending around the bottom third of the frame. So top 2/3 of the frame is all the tower, giving it that sky. So a little bit tighter, a bit less of the path, but I still think it's an interesting picture. So I've got myself down in the crops here just to kind of show you them gently blow in about the wind there. It's a beautiful golden colour, they really catch the light well. But the reason I'm down here to talk about this is that I have put the ISO up just a little bit, just to shorten the shutter speed. Because I was finding on the native ISO shots, there's a bit of blur, but there was not enough of it. It just kind of looked a little bit distracting. So I think I'm going to go for the shorter exposure times and try and freeze the action. I mean, at ISO 400, I don't really need to worry about noise at all. But yeah, there it goes. It just blows gently in the wind. It's nice to look at, but I think in terms of photography, probably better to freeze the action in this case. As you can see, I've changed position slightly. So I've come off the path that leads up to the tower and come to the track that runs around the side of the field. The idea is I've been walking up and down along the track, trying to find a wider composition for the tower that includes some of the tram lines, and these are the kind of the tractor marks that go through the field as a leading line up to the tower. But I can't seem to quite find them, which I have used them in previous years, so I don't know what's different this year. So what I've done is I've come to this position here. We're going to get the tower in a nice wide shot, and the reason being is I'm just going to do a single frame, probably panoramic, maybe 16:9, but possibly panoramic crop, because I've got the clouds look really nice, and I think that'll look quite wide, good as a really wide shot with the tower in the middle. Well, it looks like the sun is making a slightly earlier departure. Well, I say early, it's still in the sky, but it's quite hazy on the horizon. So all that nice soft golden light is going, leaving the Daymark tower looking a bit more flat. So I think I've captured all the photographs that I'm going to capture tonight. Thank you for joining me this adventure. Let me know in the comments, do you take photographs that include man-made objects? It's quite unusual for me to go out and take landscape photographs that include something as dominant as that. So let me know in the comments if that's something you like to do or have done before. Oh, let me know you've been here. Have you been to Daymark Tower? Let me know in the comments below. But just like to thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm popping up some playlists in the corner of the screen, including, I tell you what I'll do, I'll be brave. I'll put the video that I shot here the very first time I came here. It's the first ever 5-minute photo adventure that I filmed. My presentation style was well, shall we say, a little bit wooden, so I'll put that in the corner of the screen if you want to have see how things have developed on my channel over the last 8 years. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.